I'm here with Coach Mantoris Robinson, assistant coach at Appalachian State University. I am Coach Moore with NCSA Athletic Recruiting, senior head men's basketball recruiting coach. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing very well. It's a great day to be a Mountaineer.
Great, great. Well, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions here just to kind of get some information about Appalachian State out to our family. So kind of open it up to you. Tell me a little bit about Appalachian State and what makes it a unique school and a unique program.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say this is our second year going into Appalachian State. But I think, and I can remember like yesterday, when we first got hired, first thing that I noticed was the community here. Community is very, very involved in athletics, especially in basketball and in football, and they really accepted us. It's a college town. Boone is a college town. It's a beautiful town, and that stood out to me. Not only that stood out to me, the alumni support within a year. Just the amount of guys that are still playing professionally who are not playing professionally that come back and pretty much talk to our guys and still want to be a part of the program. So some of our guys, especially our younger guys that we're recruiting as we build our foundation, they look up to them. They're like mentors. And then the student involvement is unbelievable. We got about 20,000 plus students that go here, man, and I know how football shapes up. And they sell out. So the vision for basketball is the same way. And the amount of student involvement that we have gotten within the first year has been tremendous.
What about your program? What specific or unique things about your program really speak out to student athletes when they choose Appalachian State?
Well, we try to build a brand, and the brand that my boss, Coach Fox, he's brought over from, he was at Davidson the last 13 years and coached the MVP and Steph Curry, and he's brought over that championship mentality. From there, I played for Greg Marshall, who's at Winthrop University now at Wichita, and I bring that same mentality that he brings for our championships. And I think the thing that you will see that we try to brand is we call it TCC. And TCC is called Trust, Care, and Commitment. We want to make sure that not only we can trust the student athlete, but they can trust us. And that's some of the involvement that we present throughout the community in recruiting in every aspect, in academics, and anything we do, we want to make sure that trust is built. And as you trust, and as trust is built, then, people care. People tend to care more when it's trust. And at the end of the day, each and every day that we're involved, we're committed to doing that thing. We're committed to doing that.
So to kind of piggyback off of that, it looks like you guys are obviously bringing over championship character to Appalachian State. What are some goals that you guys set each year, especially being new to the program 2 years in? What are some goals you guys look for every year for your program that you guys set?
Well, you know what? This last year, and every year we go forward, we always say, hey, get a penny a day. Get a penny a day better. As you know, basketball, you never want to be your best in the beginning, in October. You want to be your best towards the end. And we use a penny a day because if each athlete that's on our team puts a penny in their jar a day, about time when you want to be playing a championship type of basketball, which is in March, the jar will be filled. That's the realistic goal that we set last year, and we're doing the same thing this year. Obviously, the expectations are a little bit higher as people are more excited. And we feel we have a chance to really compete in the conference and be one of those top teams. But we make sure that if each day our athletes who are a part of our program, from the coaches' standpoint and the managers, that we actually put a penny a day, get a little bit better each and every day, we'll be where we want to be in the future.
Let's talk a little bit about recruiting. What do you look for in student athletes through the recruiting process at Appalachian State?
You know what? It's funny, and it's totally different from when I played, and I try to look for things that student athletes don't really take into account these days, and that's people that play hard. That's the fact that you play hard. That really sticks out to us. That means that, you know what, this kid he is pretty much emptying his tank on each and every possession, and we like that. We like that. It goes back to our saying a penny a day. Not only that, we really love strong, tough guys. For what we do and the type of offense and the system that we run, we need student athletes to have skill, and we need them to show toughness because we're going to challenge you each and every day. And you have to be skilled in order to run what we want to run.
Talk to me a little bit about how important those things are compared to just your statistics overall and how you guys factor that into recruiting.
It's very important. I think at the end of the day, skill, when you first face it, when you look at skill to me is developed over time. So if a student athlete has skill, we understand that that student athlete has put the time in over time to be at the caliber that he is today. And skill also takes, and we're a very detailed program, it also takes detail. To be a good shooter, guess what? You got to be very detailed about when you shoot it, how you step in it, how you prepare. And all that factors in when we recruit. So we understand that, when we recruit a skilled guy, we understand that we're not just getting the fact that he can shoot the basketball, he can dribble the basketball, or he can do a series of moves. We understand that because he is skilled, he's very detailed. So when we bring him to his program, we understand that we definitely have that right fit. We have that fit for that guy that is skilled. Same thing as toughness. You present that toughness, we understand that the grind that we present each and every day, just of being a student athlete, we understand that character, that guy will be able to get through college. Not only get through college, be able to be successful and have fun while doing it.
And then fill me in with the timeline. What is you guys' timeline at Appalachian State of when do you start targeting student athletes, and when do you guys look to pull the trigger and really get that offer on the table or get that student athlete to commit to Appalachian State?
Our biggest thing is when we recruit, we want the perfect fit. A lot of people have different reasons. A lot of programs have different reasons, but we look for the perfect fit. So we don't go out and offer a lot of guys. We offer a select few of guys that fit what we do. And when I say what fits what we do, we understand that through relationships. Through relationships that we may have from App State, people that went to App State alums that may know other coaches, from just going out and like I said, I'm from North Carolina. We have 3 guys on our staff that's from North Carolina that was born and raised in North Carolina. So we pretty much know the geographic area of Virginia, North Carolina, and Georgia and South Carolina. And we like to do 2 years out and start to build those relationships early because anybody can throw a scholarship out that way. I consider scholarships given to that are presented to student athletes are like letters. Just because you receive one doesn't necessarily mean that program is for you. So we understand that when we talk to you on a weekly basis, when we invite you up for official visits, when you get around our guys, then we kind of understand more about you and if you fit what we do. So it's all about the fit with us, and it's all about the relationship. So we want to do that year 2 out, if possible, as long as we're within guidelines of NCAA rules of developing relationships. So when the time comes to make a decision, there's no question in that student athlete's mind that, hey, you know what, App State is for me, or you know what, App State's not for me.
And to piggyback off that a little bit, what are some do's or don'ts for student athletes to realize in the recruiting process, in your opinion, when they're looking for a school?
I can say I'm going to start with the don'ts first. Don't worry about where you at in the recruiting process. I think if you go out there and you present and you take care of what you know you can take care of, as far as things that playing hard, being a good teammate, what you say on social media, be mindful of those things. Because, like I said, everybody's watching. You never know who's watching. Coaches is like a big pool of it's like brothers. So if what may not fit for us may fit for somebody else. And we talk about it. So I think the fact that a lot of student athletes get caught up within the process, get caught up within your game, get caught up within the classroom. Take into consideration and take heed to what things that's very important as far as, like I said, the process of your game. Continue to get better each and every day and do your work in the classroom, and it will take care of itself. So that's the don't side of it. Dudes, I think at the end of the day, it's like what App State we look for things that sometimes go, overlooked or underrated. Like we look for guys that are leaders, who are good teammates, who show up on time to AAU events, who's ready, who's warming up hard, who's getting a sweat, and again, who plays hard. That shows a lot. I think a lot of people take for granted the opportunity they have when, they step out there on their court in high school or AAU. Whenever they have a chance to showcase their talent, they sometimes take disadvantage of it, and you take advantage of it more because, you're on stage. So present yourself as if you're doing a presentation in the classroom. You want to be on time. You want to make sure you're prepared. and you want to make sure that, you go hard in everything you do.
And then is there any just basic things you would tell student athletes as far as recruiting about just focusing on the things that you do on the court and getting better at those things? But besides that, what would be just some basics that every single student athlete, no matter the division level that you're at, that each student athlete can do?
You know what I think, and as I get older and I try to develop myself within coaching, I would challenge each and every student athlete to be a student of the game. Go back and look at history, and if you desire to be a part of a program, go back and look at the players that once played there, the coaches that coached there, their route and how they got there, and just be a student of the game. Really love it. Soak everything in that you possibly can soak in. I think we kind of take that for granted, and people get caught up and say, hey, why am I here? Why I'm not here, and why am I over here? And I think once you do your research and you become a student of the game, that pretty much gives you more appreciation of the process and passion of why you're playing basketball, and that can help in a number of ways. So I challenge each and every guy to be a student of the game.
Great. Well, Coach, I appreciate the time that you spent obviously talking about your program. It does kind of speak to a lot of things that we talk to our student athletes about. So that's obviously great there in learning more about Appalachian State and you guys' road there, obviously getting there and being there for 2 years. We appreciate your time. We'll definitely be following you guys this year. And if you guys need anything, let us know.
Coach, I definitely appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.